It is the Dirty Laundry Game Worn Hockey Podcast. Another episode. This will be a shorter one this week. Had a couple different things lined up, and we've got people sick, people starting back to school, all that. So it's just a little bit crazy. So kind of threw together a small one here. Next week, make sure you watch that one. We got Mike McKenna, former NHL netminder, as well as now a daily face-off correspondent. Have him come on and talk about his collecting. So that'll be fun. Some of the stories and things that and the jerseys he collected over the years. That'll be a definitely a fun story. I just wanted to get into a couple quick things tonight. Something that you may or may not know, and I know not all teams use this, but if your team uses the Givesmart mobile app where you can be bidding on jerseys, equipment, whatever they're selling that way. And I know some teams use that, some teams use other ones, and it may play into that as well. You can go back into the archives. One of the things that I have been doing for a year and a half or 2 years now is recording when the Blues do their jersey auctions. Screenshot everything, and then I build a spreadsheet of all the auctions, what the jersey sold for. If there was ones not in that list, I keep the roster up to date, move players down that have left, all those kind of things. Well, you can dig back into those, and if you wanted to start one with your team, at least confirmed with the Givesmart one, you can go in and find that. Let me show you exactly what I mean here. I think it's can actually be pretty helpful. So first of all, you just have to go into the Givesmart page. It is going to prompt you to log in. I found there's no way to search without this. So then once this comes up, for some reason it loads May 20th, 2022 by default, at least for me. And as you can see in here, and I'll blow this up just a little bit because I know it is a tad bit on the small side to see remotely. You see all these different campaigns they did for this vetter, round 2, game 3, whatever they threw out there. In this case, a T-shirt, David Perron custom painting a bunch of goal pucks. As we've talked about in past shows, random jerseys, a number 25 issued 97-98 clown-style Blues jersey. Not a bad price for a no-name jersey. You've got gloves, all that kind of stuff. But being able to jump in there and find some of that archiving stuff, especially if let's say you're buying something from somebody, you can go back and see what it is. The same thing with jerseys. This was a recent sale. You can see some of the ones that I was putting my money on, and one I did pick up. But it's interesting, especially if you're into numbers, if you're wanting to see the ebbs and flows in the hobby for your team. This kind of stuff can come in really handy. And I'm going to spend at some point bring a couple other people on it, but do a kind of a longer episode getting into this tracking. I'll show you the spreadsheets, all kinds of stuff here. So let me go back. I think 01, I think it goes back to 2015. And then I can choose the end date of 12/31, we'll call it 2017. We'll give us a couple years. So then it's going to take just a minute, and it will find other teams. Let's say one of the ones that found the Reading Royals auction from April the 25th, 2016. Some of these, I will say, if I pull up this one, some of them may not have anything in it. You'll see this message. A lot of those are some of the random ones, but the other problem it does is it automatically kicks it back to these newer auctions. But you can do some deep digging. Two of the big ones, I know the Ducks use this. The Blues, of course, do this. I know some other, both minor league teams that, again, going through here, see some of the prices. And some of these, just like your team, you may have to randomly dig in. In this case, they threw some different, this was right after the Blues won the Cup. They did the parade. We went Blues Day. Well, they threw out Game 6 Stanley Cup Finals jerseys, just a few random players. But some of these kind of things will help you out. Like I said, it's helped me out when I've had people reach out. Hey, I'm looking to buy this. Do you know what it sold for? Okay, let me go to this spreadsheet. Bang, there it is. And you say, well, the seller is asking this much. Well, since that particular auction, whatever jersey, 5 more have sold, and they've averaged at this price. So yes, they're right in the ballpark of that. And they may have paid originally on the lower end, but that player being popular or whatever has gone up. I look at this anymore. It's almost like stocks. Players that are on a team, players are doing well. Certain things happen. Their value goes up. If they've been traded, if they weren't great, whatever. Yep, you may have paid 600, but now he's left. You might get 450. But I think some of those things are an interesting thing to watch. And I've, especially during COVID stuff, it gave me a lot more time when I was in front of my computer to do these things. So I could really start breaking down. And I was nice to go back and search through all these. Another trick that and how I kind of originally figured this out is with most all of these is, of course, it's mobile. So you're getting text for these things. So instead of deleting those, keep them. I have the text from the Blues one, and at some point I sent it for the Anaheim Ducks one, and they use the same number. So it pops up and tells me what team, and I can go in and see what stuff. I already have my account, my payment is there and everything else. So if you've done that in the past, if you've saved that, just click those back links. You can load them up quickly. Or if you know I need to find this range, go in here and do that search and dig those things up. Again, it's some people may not care, or just whatever. They want the player. They don't care what it costs. It all plays into different things. I just wanted to do a quick little podcast tonight. Like I said, 2 other different plans I had set up for tonight fell through for various reasons. We'll get those people back on and hit those topics again soon. Like I said, next week, gonna have Mike McKenna on. He is with the Daily Face-Off now. If of course, we all follow hockey. If you want to keep up to date on what's going on in the leagues, trades, all that kind of stuff, look them up online. They have great podcasts every week. They're not doing as much, of course, in the summer, but they are doing a lot of that. So I'm very excited to have him on, talk jerseys. I've traded him several jerseys over the year. I've known him since junior, so I think that's going to be a fun conversation. We'll have a really good time with that. I hope you guys are liking this. Please let me know if there's other topics you'd like to come up. Some of the other ones that I have coming up down the road is I'm going to have some women collectors. I have met a fairly number, and have met a fairly decent number recently in the last year or two that have come into the hobby. It kind of in a big group almost. And again, I know other ones that have been around, so we're going to mix it up, have some that have been around a long time. Others are more new and just getting their feet wet into things. Again, some of the deep dives into the financials of the collecting, especially, are we seeing an uptick in jersey prices? Is it leveled off? And of course, before this season starts, we're starting to see it more and more in press releases or pictures from teams. The advertising. Are you still going to be buying jerseys if, in the case of the Blues, the Stiefel logo or whatever your team sponsor is that's showing up on the front of that jersey now? Are you now going to kind of step away? Do you not care? Do you think it's a blight on collecting? Whatever it is, we'll get into those. And throughout all of these, I'm going to cycle in different people to join me. This isn't just a one-man show. I like bringing in different opinions. So again, I will see you next week with Mike McKenna, and then join me in coming weeks for all those fun topics. Enjoy collecting. Let me know what you think. Shoot me messages if you want to be on, whatever. I would love to have you. I will talk to you soon.